Hello everyone. Today I am Rishabh Bhardwaj, Assistant Professor from Mechanical Department, taking the lecture of Automobile Engineering, Semester 6th. Today in this lecture we will discuss about the topic that is hydraulic braking system. Let's start with the braking system. What is braking? The braking is the action of stopping the running vehicle, and the action of braking is done by using the brakes. In brake, the kinetic energy due to motion of the vehicle is dissipated in the form of heat energy due to friction between moving parts, between wheel drum and the brake shoe. Generally, the braking system is used for stopping the vehicle or retarding the motion of the vehicle, and simultaneously to keep the vehicle on stationary position. During the time of inclination or uphills, the braking system allow the cars or the vehicles not to move backward. Now we will discuss what is function of the brake. As we as we said that the mainly function of the brake are the to slow down or stop the vehicle in the shortest possible time at the time of need. To control the speed of the vehicle at turn and also the time of driving down on the hill slopes. Let's come to the topic that is the classification of the brakes. The classification of the brakes are on the different categories and different types, and the first is on the basis of method of actuation. We have the two type of actuations, that is the foot brake and the hand brake. And the foot brake is pressed by our foot only, and the hand brakes can be take put it by the hand brakes. Hand brakes are applied by the hands only. On the basis of the mode of operation, we have for mechanical brakes, hydraulic brakes, air brakes, vacuum brakes, and electric brakes. These are the modes of the operation by which we are able to perform or actuate the functioning of the brake system. In the mechanical brakes, we will use the mechanical wires or cables to draw the brake shoe or to take the motion or transfer the motion to the brake pads. In the hydraulic brakes, we will use the hydraulic power, that is the fluid power. In air brakes, we will use the air as a medium for by which we are able to perform the brake actions. In the vacuum brakes, we will use the vacuum technology for putting the brakes. And in electric brakes, we have the electronic signal by which we are able to perform all the actions to apply the braking. Next type or the next classification is on the basis of the method of application of braking contact. It means that how the brake is applied physically. It could be internally expanded brakes or it could be the externally contracted brakes. In the internally expanded brakes, the brake shoes are available inside the brake drum and it will get expanded during the action. Simultaneously, in the external type, the brake shoes are available outside the wheel and it will make contact with the wheel externally. Next we have a hydraulic braking system. The hydraulic braking system is a system which is used hydraulic fluid to build up the pressure for braking action. If we're talking about the history of the hydraulic braking system, the Fred originated the hydraulic brakes in 1914. In 1918, Macklem developed full hydraulic braking system. Initially, the Fred had introduced in 1914 and give the theory of how the hydraulic braking system will be performed or it will be applicable in the vehicle. But in 1918, the full implementation and the development of the braking system was happened. Let's discuss about the principle of the working, how how the hydraulic braking system works. The hydraulic brakes works on the principle of Pascal's law. As the Pascal's law states that the pressure at on incompressible fluid is equal in all direction. If we talk in a simple way, or it's like, first, the fluid is incompressible in nature. The fuel can't be compressed, as we know. According to the Pascal's law, if we create a pressure on the fluid from the upper side, other opening will get expanded. As you can see in the figure, we have a two piston in a one connected connection on a device, by which we are able to put 100 pounds on the piston A. If we put downward, then the other side piston B, due to the incompressible fluid, the 100 pounds will rise up, by which all this action will taken into the consideration and the hydraulic brake system is formed. Let's discuss that types of hydraulic brakes. There are two types of hydraulic braking system. First is expanded drum type hydraulic system, second disc type hydraulic system. For both of these, we need a brake pedal, master cylinder, brake distributor, drum or a disc, wear indicator, inner brake pads, outer brake pads, and the brake shoes. Simultaneously, we also have to check that front and the rear brakes every 15,000 miles. And under severe operating condition, inspect front and the rear brakes at every 7,500 miles. Even we have to check the parking brakes adjustment every 15,000 miles. Visually inspecting the brake hoses and lines at every 15,000 miles. As we said, the components of the system, of the braking system, these are the main components that we have to use, or we have a maximum use of these components. That is a master cylinder, backing plate, brake drum, wheel cylinder, brake shoe, and returning spring. These are the component, and this is the figure of the brake drum, in which the internally expanded brake are installed, by which the brakes are applied from the inside with the help of brake shoes or the friction linings. Next, what are the use of master cylinder? The master cylinder is the heart of hydraulic braking system. It pressurizes the fluid which is in reservoir to actuate the wheel cylinder for the braking action. How does it works? The master cylinder increases the pressure to the all the horses fluid which are passing to the wheels. One master cylinder provides complete high pressure of fluid to the all the four wheels. The main component is a master cylinder as it provides the maximum force as well as the complete distribution of the fluid. Tandem master cylinder. The tandem master cylinder is latest development in hydraulic braking system. It reduces the risk of the failing. And there are the two different sections in tandem master cylinder for pressurized and the brake fluid. In this we have a two reservoir. In case one master cylinder or one section fails to work, simultaneously the second reservoir will provide the fluid to the whole system and we are able to lock the tires or we can say we can able to provide retardation to the wheels. It means this is the fail proof cylinder or the master cylinders, and these are the new development. This is the backing plate. As you can see in the figure, all the braking pad springs are mounted over the backing plate. Backing plate is base for all the components. Wheel cylinder, brake shoe, parking brake mechanism are mounted on it. It should be strong and wear resistant. No wear is taken over the backing plate. Next we have a brake drum. Brake drum is a brake drum rotate with wheel and axle. The brake shoe are pressed against the brake drum as the brake applied. It is a heat conductive material. Next we have a wheel cylinder. Wheel cylinder. There is separate wheel cylinder for each wheel. Its function is to exert pressure to brake shoes. It consists of two pistons on one side, by which the fluid is entered from the blender screws and the external seals portion having the two pistons, by which the force has been exerted and the brake shoes and the brake pads are expanded and get contact with the brake drum, by which the friction will cause and the retardation of the vehicle gets started. Next we have a brake shoe. Brake shoe are available to or can be seen that in a pair to each and every wheel. The friction material is outer the lining of brake shoes. It should be heat and wear resistance. Return spring. The return spring pull the brake shoe back as pedal is released. As we push the pedal, the wheel cylinder, the master cylinder provide the high pressure forces, and by which each wheel cylinder will get a motion, by which the brake pads are extended outward and the brakes are applied. By the help of return spring, we are able to move the brake pads at the initial position when the brake pedal is released. Next we have a working of the drum type hydraulic system or hydraulic brake. First, when we press the brake pedal, the brake fluid pressurized in master cylinder. The pressurized fluid is traveled through the hose pipe, and the piston in wheel cylinder are actuate and press brake shoe against wheel drum. Due to friction between brake shoe and wheel drum, braking action is performed. Now we have the components of the disc type hydraulic brake system. For this, we need a brake rotor, brake caliper, and a brake pads. Brake rotor, it is a component against which brake pad is applied. Brake rotor is made of grey iron and specially alloy. It rotates with the wheel, and the hole are drilled on brake rotor for heat dissipation. Brake pads. Brake pad is frictional component of disc brake. Generally, there are 2 brake pads per caliper in disc brake. It is placed in front of caliper piston. Now we have a brake caliper. It is assembly which has the brake pad and piston. It is made up of or made from the plastic, aluminium, and a chrome plated steel. There are the 2 type of brake caliper. First is fixed type and second is a floating type caliper. Now we have a working of a disc brake hydraulic braking system, by which the brake is pressed initially and the brake fluid pressurized in master cylinder, and pressurized fluid is traveled through the hose pipe. Thus the pressure fluid press the brake against the brake rotor. Due to the friction between the brake pad and the brake rotor, action is performed. The whole working of the drum type and the disc type is almost same, just the difference is between that it has a brake disc, or in drum brake we have a drum in which the friction lining is expanded. In here we will compress the brake pads against the brake disc. Next we have a brake fluid. What is brake fluid? The brake fluid is typical type of fluid which is used in hydraulic brake system. This is quite different from the normal fluid. It has a high viscosity. Brake fluid is incompressible in nature. Some example for the brake fluids are the glycol ether, castor oil, mineral oils, and etc. Next we have what is the characteristics of brake fluid. For the best brake fluid system, we need a high boiling point of the brake fluid. The brake fluid should have a high boiling point and a high viscosity, low corrosion resistance, and incompressibility in nature, by which we are able to perform the braking system in a smoother way. Let's discuss about the advantages and the disadvantages of the hydraulic brakes. As we know that in the modern technology, if a technology have a good advantages, simultaneously it has all some limitations and disadvantages. But moreover, the advantages is are much higher as compared to the disadvantages. That's why the modern technology is applied to the all these applications and etc. Let's discuss first about the advantages, that is the equal brake action on all the wheels. Means the all the wheels will get equal braking action throughout the process. Increased braking force. Due to this, the braking force is get increased or in a pressurized way. Next, we have a low wear rate of braking lining. Due to this, the braking linings are having a low wear rate. It also increases the mechanical advantages and better stopping power and the other brakes. It's better to use the hydraulic brake instead of the power and the other types of brake, as they are more reliable. Next, we have a disadvantages. The whole braking system fails due to the leakage of fluid from the brake lining. Yes, this is the most important, that if the brake system having the leakage, then the pressure will get reduced from that leakage point, and we will feel or we will get some accidents by due to the leakage of the braking system. Just because by the leakage of this we will lose our pressure, fluid pressure, and we are not able to get the complete action of four to the four wheels, complete four wheels. If we're not getting a complete pressure to all the wheels, the braking system fails and we are not able to apply brakes to the all wheels and able to stop our vehicle at the desired or estimated distance. Complex constructions. Yes, it has a very complex construction and high maintenance required for this for the same, but the advantages are more as compared to the disadvantages. Every modern technology is getting complex and able to manufactured and assembled through the robots and the computerized way. Through the hands-on training, we are not able to construct or maintain the system, but simultaneously the efficiency and the modern technology of the hydraulic brakes are more relevant and having a high endurance with the more reliabilities. The application of the hydraulic braking system is used in car, jeep, mini trucks, and the buses. As we know, the different the braking systems are installed in every vehicle, and we all need high accuracy and precise braking system, so by which we will use the hydraulic braking system in all the vehicles generally in this modern era. Thank you for watching this video. We are ending this lecture here, and stay tuned for the next videos, and you will get the more in that. Thank you.